My boyfriend mansplained farming to my new friend, and now he's not talking to me.
I do that all the time, and people love it.
Yeah, please, mansplain farming to me.
So farming is...
And you're done. We're no longer talking. I, 24 female, have been with my boyfriend, 28 male, for nearly 2 years. He's usually a caring and patient partner, and we are very close. Our relationship was a bit of a slow builder because I was inexperienced romantically and very nervous about dating when we first met on an app. My boyfriend, James, fake name for privacy, didn't mind that I was new to dating and was very courteous and patient with me, and honestly was wonderful about making my romantic first into positive memories. By the way, this comes from user available respect 456, and you can submit your stories on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, James and I have very few arguments in our entire relationship. I'm a bi woman. I've known this for a long time. A lot of bi women probably know it's so much easier to meet guys on apps than finding other women looking for women. I was open with James from the beginning, but I didn't get much of a response regarding this, which seemed fine, but I was trying really hard to present my authentic self and be genuine. Turns out, a big part of myself is crushing on girls.
Oh, wow.
Me too. Anyways, it was only a small thing. I was calling a video game character my wife, and James snapped at me not to say that. I tried to defend myself saying she was fictional and not a threat to our relationship, but I did start to see it from his side, and I get that it must have felt disrespectful to him as my boyfriend. I don't think it's a problem with my spiciality. He has a gay male friend, and there's no issue there. If anything, I was glad it wasn't the trope of straight dude thinks it's hot that I like women. More to the matter at hand. A few months ago, I did start to feel like I was missing out on a real connection with similar-minded people. Not romantically, to be clear, but I thought it would be nice to have queer friends and go to pride festivals and whatnot. I'm dating a man, but I'm still a queer woman, and I wanted to meet people I could relate to. I started going to local women's LGBTQ+ casual social meets, and it's been wonderful. It's a really laid-back and welcoming space. I've become friendly with quite a few people. I've been invited to outings and dinners. I'm so happy I decided to go as it's had a really positive impact on my social life. I only had a few friends before, and they were not mutual to each other. There is one person from the group in particular who I've started to become really close to. She's great. She's so much fun to be around with, and we have so many shared interests. I'm calling her Emma, 25 female. Before we go into the story, you think we should bring the boyfriend to these events? Well, I think it should be a conversation because for OP, you should be open about what you want with your spirituality. You know, this is something for you to explore. He should support that. Not you, like, not necessarily a tug of war, but it's something you want to explore. He should support it
It just sounds like she wants to meet more people in that community.
Yeah.
And Emma could be a friend. I don't know where this is going to go, but I feel like she may develop a little crush on Emma.
Yeah, or boyfriend's going to get really threatened.
Yeah, because he gets threatened over a video game character.
That's wild.
Oh.
James has met Emma since she has come over a few times already. I live with James, and he said she was really cool, and he was happy I was meeting lots of new people. Nice. I have probably been a lot more chill and bearable to live with since I'm feeling more fulfilled socially. But that's until this last week or so, since James has really changed his tune. I don't think it's possible to give all the context, but I'm gonna keep trying to explain things. The three of us went to the cinema and got food after. Me and Emma were possibly acting a little bit obnoxious and talking maybe too loudly about the intensely homoerotic undertones in the Deadpool and Wolverine car scene. I noticed James glaring, so I was trying to pull it back a bit and read the room. Before I got a chance to change the subject, James said to Emma, "Could you not try to ruin the effing film just because you want to make it gay?" In a tone I've never heard him use before. It kind of flashbanged me, and I still can't believe the way he looked at her. Amazingly, she completely shrugged it off and laughed, and our food was brought to the table, so things just moved along. When James and I got home later, I sensed he was being a bit cold towards me, but maybe I imagined it. The following morning, I asked if he was doing okay, as he was still a bit frosty with me. I apologized for me and Emma maybe being a bit over the top, but we were having fun. He said it was fine, but he wants to go and see the film again by himself. Kind of puzzling since we weren't making a sound during the film, but he probably would have gone to see it again regardless of what happened with me and Emma. I tried to let that drop and get on with things, but work is driving me mad at the moment. Just a busy season right now, and I can go without any more on my plate. I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley in my off time, which is a poor way to de-stress since I run my farm with an intensity that I myself cannot comprehend.
And the nerd translation of that is...
Oh, you're going to me. I don't really play Stardew Valley, but it is a farming sim pretty much.
Thank you. He knew what it was. Don't act like you don't know what it is.
It's more than there's that. It's
You
like
get the perfect synopsis.
James pops in co-op sometimes as he enjoys the game too, but he prefers the Farming Simulator game series, which is a more realistic representation of farming. While texting Emma, I mentioned Stardew and she asked if she can join me sometime. Joking, I asked if A, she could handle my iron-fisted rule of the crop fields, and B, if it wouldn't feel like a second job. Emma works in agriculture. Turns out she has hundreds of hours logged in and knows what she's doing and promised she wouldn't mind the monster I become when managing seasonal crop schedules. This is actually really funny.
This is funny, and I see a little bit of flirting.
Playful flirting, but I think it's like harmless flirting.
I'm still keeping an eye on it.
Okay, but I kind of want to talk about James getting a little uptight at the movies and the comment he said.
Oh, he's jealous, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, he's very jealous that you guys have a connection, but also, like, maybe he does feel threatened from Emma just a little bit. And why you shouldn't have to apologize having a good time with your friend. Like, maybe, oh, I'm sorry that we were a little loud. Like, okay, and he's like, it's fine. I'm gonna go see a movie by myself.
Yeah.
I would bring up the problem there. I'd be like, hey, what's really going on?
Yeah.
Emma and I were playing late in the evening and James appeared in the game. We both typed hello to him in the chat box and he left the game seconds after.
John, you've been dancing a lot.
I'm going to give you a live demonstration and you're going to see it too.
Show me those hips. Oh, damn. That is a good move. But you know what is also an amazing move?
What is that, Sam?
Becoming an OK Storytime member.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
It's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Well, let's get back to the story.
I shouted him in the next room asking where he'd gone, but I didn't get a response. I spent a bit more time playing with Emma, stomping around Pelican Town, and having fun, then turned off the game. I went into the living room to see James on the sofa and noticed him playing Farming Simulator on the PlayStation. I joked, asking, did you fancy some real farming tonight? I got a bit of a crappy response, and he grumbled that he didn't want to interrupt. I told him he could have played with us. Then he told me he's not keen on Emma. Wow.
I had no idea.
Didn't see that one coming. I didn't want to point out that he previously said otherwise. People are entitled to change their minds and opinions. He has friends I'm not keen on, so this is probably fair. Honestly, I kind of froze up and didn't know what to say. I don't normally get this kind of attitude from him. Maybe I was quiet for too long because he turned off his game and he said goodnight and went to bed. When I went to bed an hour later, he was still awake and we started talking. To summarize how that went, I asked him if he wanted to tell me what was going on in his mind. He said that he just felt a bit excluded and he was sorry for being grumpy. I apologized for making him feel that way, but I told him I was happy I had found a good friend and it was okay if the two of them just don't mix well together. He doesn't have to see her all the time. He told me not to hide the friendship from him and that he would just work it out in himself. I still don't really know what that means, but it felt like a peaceful resolution at the time. I had weekend plans with Emma and some others from the group to go for a walk/hike, and James was originally planning to tag along, but changed his mind and then changed it back. So we went together and met up with everybody at the car park. He seemed to be in a good mood that morning and back to his usual easygoing self, and we were mostly all enjoying a nice scenic walk. We had one person pointing out different types of trees, one geology enthusiast admiring rock formations, and one person passing out home-baked goods. Pretty incredible outing. We were high up and had great views of the area, mostly forest and farmland. Still, being huge into the Stardew grind, I was joking about it looking like my farm. It was windy, I didn't hear exactly what was said, but I gathered that Emma was talking about farming, and James tried to correct her on something that was said. I heard Emma say, "James, I'm a real farmer." There were a few laughs, even from James. In the moment, my heart absolutely crapped itself because I thought he was going to snap. But thankfully, he seemed to shake it off. Later, on our way back down, we all spread out, and I was walking next to James, and he was looking at his phone, studying something. He started telling me about the general options for getting into a career in agriculture. I just nodded along and heard him out. I don't want to poke fun at him for this timing of this. I think this is something he has genuinely considered. He really does enjoy Farming Simulator, and it seems like the game has taught him a lot about farming. Somebody must have overheard this and mentioned it to Emma, because when we got back to the car park, she came over. She said, "Sorry if I was a bit pointed. Just let me know if you want any tips on anything." Genuinely. James just said a quick, "Yeah, cheers," and sort of shuffled out of it.
And you can shuffle stories just like this on your favorite podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Go search up OK Storytimes for more stories just like this.
There's another one right there. We just added another one. And another one.
Another one.
There's a little bit more to this story.
I don't know. I don't know what Emma's prerogative is here. She could be just a fun friend.
I think
I
she's
don't
just
know
a-
why I'm like, she's after OP. I don't know why I'm feeling that way.
I don't feel that way. I feel
Okay.
like this needs to be a conversation with all three of you, especially if you want to keep a connection with someone, one that's romantically, and a friendship that you really enjoy.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't need them to be complete buddy, but you're like, hey, I'm in the middle of this, and there doesn't need to be any tension. Please get along. It seems like
Yeah.
they do from time to time, but it's like, you're not fighting over me.
Yeah.
Like, I love you both. I love you as a friend. I love you as a lover.
Yeah.
I
There
think
we
this
go.
needs to be a conversation between all three of them. Hey, can we actually have a genuine talk about everything?
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
it doesn't make me feel like a bad person.
Yeah.
So
Okay. No. True. True that.
back to the story. Now I'm writing it down. It kind of sounds resolved there, but I'm still up to the point feeling really unsteady. James has been giving me the silent treatment since then. I've been trying to discuss this because I think we need to talk about whatever is going on here regarding my friendship with Emma. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow. On that one, this feels so uncharacteristic from him, and it's all still recent. It's been 4 days since the walk, and the air is still not clear. Do I need to assert myself that I should be okay for me to have this friendship? I need to know what the problem is, especially with it being a friendship with my queer friend in a queer friend group where I am also queer. He's been brushing me off and saying things are fine. We do not have proper arguments, but I guess that means we've never learned to deal with conflict either. With what context I've been able to describe, how should I go about bridging this gap when he's not acknowledging any of it right now? Sorry if this is all a mess. I really appreciate any advice. So, like I said, this needs to be brought up to both parties.
Yeah.
And this needs to, because it also affects you the most.
Yeah.
You need to talk to James immediately because the cold treatment, the silent treatment, that's not right. He's not being very mature about this. The saying, it's fine, I'm fine.
He's not
Obviously,
breaking
you're
through.
not fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that is the end of that story.
If you want more stories like this, search for our podcast, OK Storytime, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.